challenge facing the county in the next 2 years?
Well, I think that the budget challenge is still with us, and the economy is kind of all too slowly moving forward. So clearly, we're going to have some fiscal challenges over the next year or so. But I think we're already starting to see the turnaround. So what I suspect is going to happen, and the question is whether it happens immediately in next year or whether it takes another year. Things are going to get going back more a little bit like they were before. We're not still going to have the same kind of boom we had in 05, 06, 07. But I think we're going to see the return of a lot of the kind of problems we were focused on then. So, if the economy comes back even a little bit, not the traffic's great now, but there's more demand on transportation as the region gets going more, and that's going to be a significant factor. And housing is going to be an issue. I think housing is the long-term, single biggest issue for the county that prosperity doesn't fix. Most things with prosperity, at least, you can get more resources to do something, and most problems tend to get to be lessened. Crime will go down as the economy gets better. But affordable housing for all different kinds of people and all different kinds of families, continues to be a challenge. And I think we've got to find new ways to deal with that. Not only, obviously, part of it is multifamily, part of it is lower income members of our community, but it's also people, like many of our kids who would like to be able to live here in the future. It's also more opportunities, of a sort of single family nature. It's not only, we don't want it just to be a place for singles. We wanted to have all the kinds of diversity that we can have in the community to make it a really complete place. And that's going to be a real challenge. And I think environmentally, the whole world, our country, are going to be dealing with a lot of big environmental issues related to energy and greenhouse gases and so on. And that's going to impact all kinds of different aspects of policy. And we're going to have to deal with that as well.
Well, certainly, I think what we'll have to do in the budget process will be the biggest challenge, and I think economists are mixed on when this recovery is going to happen, and I think we're going to have to make some tough choices about services that we're going to cut, and we should obviously take that lightly, but I think that's the biggest challenge. And I think that one of the reasons I would not support that trolley, in addition to the fact that it's going to be funded by bonds that voters will get to vote for, is that what we could do with that commercial property tax surcharge, again, if it survives the court decision November 5th, is to cut that and allow the small businesses that are paying it to keep more of their money. That'll help the economy. It'll allow them to provide more jobs for people. And I think that anytime you can keep, when you're in a bad economic time, if you can avoid raising taxes, and you can put that money, leave that money in people's hands, especially the people that are creating jobs, I think that's a priority that we should have.
I agree that a lot of the economic issues are out in the forefront. And the economic issues are just a reflection upon the decisions we make and making hard decisions. And I think that the county board, as it now exists, being one political party, the decisions are not necessarily transparent, and some of the difficult decisions aren't necessarily made. Difficult decisions are difficult to make, and if those discussions are out in the open more, I think it makes accountability greater. Energy is a big issue. I take it very seriously. It's been my profession. Environment's been my profession. And I fully agree with Chris that those are the issues of how we deal with energy, how we particularly deal with oil, because it's more politically dangerous than any of the other issues in the immediate term. Is really important. I've had a lot of success as the energy manager at Arlington Public Schools in lowering the carbon footprint of the schools, and I would take that tenacity that I've put in place there, sometimes making people upset at times, even taking risks, but working with the organization there to cut that footprint by as much, actually more than any other community did in recent time in the Washington area. I would take that can-do, hard-working perspective to other aspects of the county board as well. Diversity is really important. We're losing the diversity in Arlington County. It's changing what the community is like. I think it's it has long-term, subtle, detrimental effects, and I think it happens before our very eyes and we're not even aware of it. So that's a great concern to me, and I would put a lot of attention to that.